Okay, welcome back everybody. So, a different genre of music that I'm going to be reacting to today. This is one of my own choices. I was looking through everybody else's choices today, and I want to have more time to react to them because there's quite a lot in there to react to. So this is one of my own. To cut a very long story short before we get into this reaction, in the little live chat that I did the other day, somebody noticed this ring. I am engaged, and I am engaged to a redneck. So she's from Texas, but she lives on the border between Oklahoma and Texas, so Texoma. Now, I've been talking to this girl for a very long time. Last year, I went to go and see her for the first time. Absolutely fell in love with her even more, to the point where I was back a week after the first time I ever went. First time on an airplane as well, and I can't tell you how much I shit my pants. That was some scary shit. Broke one of my biggest fears doing that. To the point where a week after I got back, I booked another trip over there last October into November, to the point where again, a week later, I booked another trip, which is happening in 58 days time, where I go back for 3 weeks, and then I come back for a little bit, and I'm going for potentially 3 months. The point of that is that within that time of being in America, I fell in love with America, mainly Texas, Oklahoma. Okay, and I also fell in love with their country music. And when I say I fell in love with their country music, I mean I fell in love with their country music. My Sundays consist of going to get a coffee, okay? Going to sit somewhere out the way and listening to country music, or discovering new country music. So a lot of these reactions that I'm going to be doing are going to be live versions, because I've heard quite a few country songs, and there's quite a lot that I haven't heard as well. But you get the point. As time goes on, I'll go deeper into it. But yeah, I seriously do enjoy listening to country music, and I appreciate it a lot because there's a lot of passion and there's a lot of meaning behind it, especially this one that I'm going to be reacting to. So there's a short story of it. By the way, I am madly in love with that girl. Okay. She is a bit feral, but my God, she keeps me on my toes all the time, and I love it, every single bit of it. She is my little demon. So, yeah, anyway, let's get into this reaction. Okay, I could go on about it for a long time. Let's go. I do love this song a lot.
Right outside of this one church town, there's a gold dirt road to a whole lot of nothing. Got a deed to the land, but it ain't my ground. This is God's country. We pray for rain and thank Him when it's falling, 'cause it brings a grain and a little bit of money. We put it back in the plate. I guess that's why they call it God's country. I saw the light in a sunrise, sitting back in a 40 on a muddy riverside, getting baptized in holy water and shine with the dogs running. Saved by the sound of a big found Dixie whistle in the wind that'll get you heaven bound. The devil went down to Georgia, but he didn't stick around. This is God's country. He turned to dirt and work until the week's done. We take a break and break bread on Sunday, then do it all again, 'cause we're proud to be from God's country. I saw the light in a sunrise, sitting back in the 40 on the muddy riverside, getting baptized in holy water and shine with the dogs running. Saved by the sound of a big found Dixie whistle in the wind that'll get you heaven bound. The devil went down to Georgia, but he didn't stick around. This is God's country. Oh yeah. Headstone reads or what kind of pine wood box I end up in. When it's my time, lay me 6 feet deep in God's country. I saw the light in a sunrise, sitting back in a 40 on a muddy riverside, getting baptized in holy water and shine with the dogs running. Saved by the sound of a big fire, Dixie whistle in the wind that'll get you heaven bound. The devil went down to Georgia, but he didn't stick around. This is God's country. Yeah, I saw the light in a sunrise, sitting back in the 40 on a muddy riverside, getting baptized in holy water and shine with the dogs running. Saved by the sound of a big frown, Dixie whistle in the wind that'll get you heaven bound. The devil went down to Georgia, but he didn't stick around. This is God's country.
Okay, everybody. So it wasn't the first time I listened to this, but this is the first time I've actually watched a live version of this track. Okay, so the original version I listen to on a regular basis, but I've never seen a live performance of this. And it's still pretty much exactly the same, but there's a lot of, you can see there's to me this is just my own personal opinion. I don't know what it is for everybody else, what it'd be like for everybody else, but I find it quite a passionate song and all that kind of stuff, and I've had a long time to think up my own meaning of this song. And to be fair, before I did this reaction, I looked up the kind of like the meaning of this song, and it kind of coincided with what I already had. It's just like appreciation of American countryside and all that kind of stuff, the work that goes into maintaining that and all that kind of stuff, and how well it's kind of looked after kind of thing. Now, I kind of get that in the UK a little bit. However, sometimes I'm a little bit ashamed to be British. The one thing you can't fault in the UK is the countryside. And as my job is a gardener, I look after that. I look after a very small proportion of that countryside, but I have a lot of respect for it and all that kind of stuff, and I love it, and I love sunrises, everything. The performance itself I absolutely love. Okay, I've only listened to a handful of Blake's songs, to be fair, so there could be a whole big reaction list coming there, but it was just, I just want to stress this out. I have a huge love for country music because there is a lot of meaning behind every song that I've heard. Okay, whether it's like family, like this one, appreciating the American countryside and all that kind of stuff, and there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of meaning behind it. I am a little bit nervous about doing this video, to be fair, so you know, but yeah, I love it. I absolutely I can't tell you how much I love country music. I really have, and it's all because, one, I've been to America, and two, I'm engaged to a redneck. So so when I was over there, she listened to a lot of country music, and I was like, oh, who's that? I actually kind of like that song. And it's gradually grown my love for it, which I love. So, hopefully, this is the start of going a bit more into depth with kind of country music for me, going down the rabbit hole a little bit and exploring the country music side of it, which would be absolutely fantastic. But yeah, I really enjoy that song a lot. That's one of my favourite songs ever. Okay, it is one of my favourite songs ever. Not me, but one of. And I'd like to do a bit more to do with country music in the future. So, on that note, I hope everyone has a great rest of the day. Whatever you're doing, please take care and goodbye.